everyone and welcome back to my channel. Hope you are doing well. I am beginning the colour along in Magical Jungle today, and we are going to be doing this wonderful page here. So a bit of a building, some leaves, and I don't quite know yet whether I'm going to go real or mystical fantasy. At the moment I want to do these red. I seem to be going through a bit of a red stage at the moment. I'm doing a page in Erie and it's all red and orange. So I am using Polychromos pencils and we are going to start off with deep Scarlet Red. I'll zoom you in a bit and we're going to do these leaves. I don't know if they're leaves or fans or what they are, but I'm just going to give that a sharpen. Got so much stuff on my desk. It's a real total and utter tip. As is the way, my cat has come to bother me. I might need to go see if he needs to go out. I've given him some more food. I think that's what he wants. I feel quite tired today. I have had an online meeting all day. Well, until about 3 o'clock-ish it was. And then I had some work to do after that because I spoke to my boss. That was all good. So yeah, I feel quite bushed now, I have to say. Do you say that in other countries? Bushed for meaning tired? Yeah, I do feel bushed. I haven't used Polychromos pencils in a Johanna Basford book for a very, very long time. And I forgot how nice and silky they were. I might do these red and orange, you know. I think that's what I'm going to do. Might regret that later. So yeah, this is how I approach a page. I don't, sometimes when I look at a page, I have a vision of how I want it to look, and it's very, very clear from the off what I'm going to do. With colours, and I can see it all very, very clearly in my head. And then other times, I think that's what happened with my Erie page, to be honest. Actually, no, that isn't what happened with my Erie page. My Erie page, I looked up some inspiration, and then the inspirations kind of led me to where I am. But with this, I have no vision of what I want this to look like. Like I said, I don't know if I want it to be realistic or whether I want it to be more kind of fantasy. So when I don't have a clear vision, I take an element and I'll just make a start, because if I don't, then I'll never start. And with this one, I just saw these and I saw them as being red, so I was like, right, that's what we're doing. And then everything else kind of flows from there. And lately, what I've noticed is that I tend to limit my colour palette, so I don't put... So the Erie page I'm just working on at the moment, in, I think it's the fairy tale book, I've very much stuck to red, oranges and yellows with some metallic gold watercolour thrown in, and black. You'll see that in my completed pages, but I've used Crayola Super Tips on that for the first time in ages, and they've worked brilliantly well. So yeah, so this, I saw these as red. I don't quite know where that will take me, whether I therefore... I probably will incorporate some red on the other leaves, but I would imagine... I don't know though. I don't know. Let's just see what happens. I know what normally happens when I do a colour along, and that is that I miss loads of stuff out, and you could see that I've not I've not coloured it, but I can't until I come back later and then I go, oh, I've not coloured that bit. So let's hope that doesn't happen this time. But yeah, I've done a page similar to this one. I'll show you it. It didn't work out particularly brilliantly. Oh, this one. I'll just zoom out so you can see it. That one, I like everything about it except the background. I tried to do a pencil background and I discovered I don't have patience for pencil backgrounds in the slightest. I like to use inks, watercolour, acrylic paint pen, acrylic paint, anything that's not pencil. I do not have the patience for pencil backgrounds, and that is why you very, very rarely see me do a pencil background. I don't like the way it looks unless you spend hours and hours getting the blender. With Polychromos, you'd have to probably do endless layers. And I just don't have the patience or the inclination. And I've seen some amazing backgrounds done with pencil, but I just know it's just not for me. So yeah, I like inks, or silky crayons are one of my favourites for backgrounds as well. I've seen a lot of people doing oil pastels recently, and I've got some, and it intrigues me. And I think what I need to do is do it on a page I'm not so bothered about, because I can see me messing it up. Because with like a lot of things, oh god, excuse me, I'm tired. Like a lot of things, there is often a learning curve with supplies, and it sometimes takes you a couple of pictures to mess up before you actually look at one and go, oh my goodness, yes, I can do this now. I understand how they work, kind of thing. I know I definitely had that experience with Neocolor 2s, and chalk pastel, I think, to some extent, and certainly with the distress ink. I've got a page in Ivy and the Inky Butterfly where I completely and totally messed up a background because I had no idea what I was doing. I had watched videos, but until you actually start doing it, no. So I need to find a page where I don't care about and just try. But generally, I care about most of the pages that I do, so that's a bit difficult. So maybe I just need to be brave, really. And I think they probably work better on better paper. Like, I've used them in Matchstick Mouse, but not for full backgrounds. Kind of more just going around a circle or whatever, so not a full page of oil pastel. But I've seen some really good results with them, so I am tempted. Not with this, definitely not with this. Definitely not with this. Do you know, having done the red and orange, I'm inclined to go rainbow. Throw all the colours of the rainbow. It is magical jungle, and jungles often conjure up for me like tropical paradise with lots and lots of colour. I'm tempted, but I don't know if I'm going to go that far. Particularly as on this page opposite, I've got lots of yellows and I've got lots of pinks. I think they may be the only other colours, so that I might use. Don't know yet. Obviously we've got some water down here as well. I think I could do that like a really turquoisey colour. And that'd look nice against the red and the orange. So, yeah. We've had some really, really lovely weather. And what I think I'm gonna do, I'm going to go over that red again with this. So that was a deep scarlet red and then a dark cadmium orange. I'm going to go over the red again, do another layer of the red. I quite like having the white on the end. You can already see that's darkening up having gone over it with a second layer. Quite like having the white. It might be that I go over that with acrylic paint pen at the end so you can really get the red. Yeah, it's been really nice weather at the weekend. Gorgeous, like 17, 18, which compared to what we have been having, like 7 or 8, it was joyful. So Simon and I were also childless on Sunday because my daughter went round and had a play date with a friend, so we decided to go to a National Trust property. Now, for those who don't know what National Trusts are like gardens and big houses that have been taken up and are then maintained by the National Trust. And if you're members of the National Trust, you can get into these places for free. It's to be a member, it's something like, for us, we're a family member, so 2 adults and 2 children. Means, yeah, you get a year's, you can get into any of these properties for free, including parking. Parking could be anywhere from £5 upward. So it's really nice because we've got quite a few National Trust properties in Kent. We've got at least 3 or 4 near us. So if you want a cheap weekend, it's just really good to be able to use that and go and experience some beautiful gardens or a beautiful house to look around. Yeah, so we went to a National Trust property on Sunday and all the daffodils were out. Oh, they were just so pretty. And then in the next few weeks we should have tulips. And at this National Trust property they have lots of different colours of pink, purples, which are just divine. And then we should also have bluebells very soon. And where we live, you can go to the forests or the woods and you just have carpets and carpets of bluebells. So all you can see is just this blue, purpley, oh, it's just gorgeous. So they should definitely be soon. But it's always so nice. It just, at the moment, it's staying light until 6 o'clock in the evening at the moment, which is, oh, it's just so nice. To finish work and still be light. And it just makes everything feel so much better. So, yeah. So yeah, I've just done another layer of the red and now I'm going to do another layer of the orange. I might speed this up for you guys. So it'll be a little bit boring seeing me do multiple layers. Yeah, I definitely quite like the white at the end of those, I think. I'm not pressing too hard, but it's definitely building up the colour, which is really nice. Gosh, I hope the road noise isn't too loud for you. We live on a main road and it does get quite a bit of traffic. We just got a leaflet through the door which says we live on an A road, which in England is like I don't know, it's not a motorway, but it's kind of a main road. And they've just put a leaflet through the door So we have a next door neighbour and then 2 houses next to my next door neighbour. And then there's a big field, and the big field has had horses in it ever since we lived there. So it's been really nice to walk up to school and see the horses in the morning. I've just had a leaflet through the door to say they want, or are proposing, to put 100 properties on the field. And I can't decide whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. My neighbour, or person opposite us, was like, I didn't move into the country to be surrounded by a town, which I think is quite fair. Right, I'm going to do these leaves here. Red, I think. Or I might do them, I don't know. I'm going to do these curtains. She was like, I didn't move in to the country, pay more money for the privilege, only then for it to become a town. And it's a fair point. And they're building on greenbelt land, which means it shouldn't really be being built on anyway. So yeah, can't tell. I mean, I spoke to someone about it last night and they said, well, if they're going to put all the infrastructure, like shops, schools, doctors, then it's only a good thing. And I guess, I mean, where we live, it's a tiny little village with literally a shop and a garage. It does have a doctor's down the road. But that's not our part really, that's kind of the connecting village, if you like. So she's like, yeah, if they do that, then your house price should go up because you've got all of the additional amenities. But I was like, yeah, but they never do that. They never build all of that stuff. Right, so this is middle cadmium red. They never build all of that stuff when they do new developments, from what I've seen. And so it's just going to be, I mean, if you're talking about 100 properties, that's like minimum 100 cars, because around here public transport is kind of virtually non-existent. That's minimum 100 cars, and most houses or properties, I don't know if this is a sweeping statement or not, but most people have 2 cars in their household these days. And where we live in the country, it's probably quite like a family orientated place, because it would seem safer for children. So that could mean minimum 100 children, and if they don't build any more schools, then I don't see how the school is not going to feel pressure from that. Anyway, that's my rant. Right, I'm now using emerald green, and we're going to go in with these leaves. We're going to go green on the outside, and then we're going to go red in the middle, and that'll be with the red that I've already used. So yeah, there's a consultation about it. I think we're going to go and give our feedback, whatever that may be. I don't quite know what it is at the moment. Either way, it'll be a lot of disruption if they do go ahead with it. I don't think they've got planning permission yet, which I guess is an opportunity for us to object. And I think a lot of my neighbours will object. So yeah, watch this space. My dad was like, sell up, move, but I'm not convinced. Plus my daughter starts secondary school in September, so you know, we've just kind of found out which one she's got, and you know, making the plan to do the transition for that, which isn't always easy. So yeah, It's a lot to think about, really. And the thing is, when I got the leaflet and I saw it, because I saw it on Facebook first of all, and I thought, oh, it's just down the road there. That's okay. No, I found out it's much closer to my house. It's not okay. Isn't that interesting? Even though either where I thought it was literally 100 metres away. This is much closer, it feels. And, you know, if they put houses on there, there'll be no more horses to see. In the morning, my daughters loved seeing them as we walk up to school. So yeah, a bit disappointing. But I guess that's what's happening. I know, I completely get. So going back to the deep Scarlet Red, I completely understand in this country that we need more affordable housing, sustainable housing. I completely get that. It's just as me being a Kent protecting our greenbelt person. Yes, probably. But we'll see what they say. We'll see what they... Oh, I don't like this. Wish I hadn't done it like this. I just have to correct it a little bit, like. I think it'll be fine when you've got some more layers on it. So yeah, we did find out about secondary schools last week. We booked a holiday, which is very exciting. We're going to Rhodes in Greece. Yeah, so that should be good. Very excited. Not long to go. I don't know if I'm going to take any colouring with me. Be extra weight in my luggage. I'm trying to find a swimming costume that makes me feel confident, which is, I hate swimming costume shopping. It is just the worst. Can never find anything. I've got one coming, I think, hopefully tomorrow. And I'm hoping that's gonna, I don't know if the colour's gonna suit me though. I'm not a naturally tanned person. And it's like a creamy oyster colour, so not sure. But to see if the style suits me first as well though. Yeah, so I've been trying to get ready for holiday. So I'm also a little bit worried about our cat at the moment. She had her 6-month checkup at the vet, which is included as part of our kind of plan that we pay for. And she's been going to she's been at this vet for ever since we moved here, and for at least two and a bit years I've constantly been told that she's obese, that she needs to lose weight. I even got told once to make her swim in the bath. I don't know if anyone has ever tried putting a cat in the bath. Oh my goodness, don't ever do it. We did it when they were quite young, because one of them had rolled around in poo and it was the only way to get it off. And we were like, we're never doing that again. But yeah, they even said to try and make her swim in the bath, which we didn't do. So she's been on like rationed food for quite a while. And what she was quite clever at is, my male cat is the dominant cat. She used to boot him off, and he just used to let her. So we've had to kind of split them up from feeding next to one another. And we've had to really monitor them, make sure she's not eating any more than she should. So yeah, so she had been, the last 2 or 3 visits, she had been consistently losing weight, and the vet was happy because she'd been losing weight. But then she's gone to the vet this time, and she's lost quite a large amount of weight, to the point now that she's underweight, which is just bonkers. And it's also a bit odd for her because it's during the winter season, where during this kind of coming up to now and summer, our back door is pretty much open the whole time. So because our male cat likes to roam, and he's happier when he's able to do that. So this is deep cobalt green, and he's happier when he can roam and go off, and you know, and then when the back door's open, she will happily go out in the garden, have a little potter, a bit of a smell, but she'll get her exercise that way, whereas in winter she sleeps pretty much the whole time. And yeah, so it was a bit weird that she's lost so much weight that she's now underweight. And the cat, when she gets taken to the vet, she goes on a hunger strike, not a hunger strike, a feeding strike. Like last time when we had her vaccines done in September, she came back and she didn't eat properly for like 2 or 3 days. So much so that we had as part of our insurance, we can have access to a vet online. So much so that we had a consultation online as part of our insurance because we were that worried about her, because she wasn't eating. Well, she was eating, but tiny amounts. And then suddenly she just started eating again. So yeah, she's come back from the vet this time and she's done exactly the same, where she's kind of went on a bit of a feeding strike, and we were having to, and because the vet said to increase her food, we were like, yeah, but she's not even eating what she was eating before, let alone trying to get more in her. So yeah, we were feeding her 2 weeks ago, we were feeding her 4 times a day, which was just so very unusual. So she's now gone back down to 2 times a day, and she's been extremely fussy with what she'll eat. Like, she'll literally be meowing for food, and then she'll get it on the thing and be like, no, not eating that. And stuff that she would normally eat as well. So, it's so, honestly, it's more stressful not having a cat that's eating properly than it is having a child, because at least a child can say what it doesn't like, whereas with a cat you're just guessing the whole time. And oh my goodness, I actually quite like that now. I've done more layers. I'm really rather happy. Right, we're going to do these leaves in a darker green. So yeah, so we're keeping an eye on her. The vet said she wanted to see her again in 2 months' time for another weight check, and if she's lost any more weight by then, or we notice anything, she said, has she been near the water a lot more? And we were like, oh, I don't think so. She was like, well, you'd know if she had, because she'd be literally sitting next to the water bowl all day. And so of course now we're paranoid that she is drinking more water. So today we've done a little experiment, and we've gone, right, how much water is she drinking? And so today we put 200 millilitres in the bowl, which is how much the bowl will take. And on the internet it says they should drink, which I just don't think it's true. It says they should just drink 60 millilitres per kilogram per day. So she is, I can't remember, she's 3.8 apparently. So she should drink 180, 200 mils of water a day, even though she's having wet food, which is just bizarre. And the bowl is not empty. The bowl is not even halfway empty. So I don't think she is drinking more. I think it's just maybe when we're being extra vigilant, but we're going to keep an eye on it, and if I'm concerned, then she'll be going to the vet, because they said they might need to do a blood test just to check what's going on. But she's behaving normal in all of the ways, like purring, she's sleeping with us at night, social roles, meowing again when she's hungry. So yeah, but we'll keep an eye on her. It's my husband's cat, so when I say my husband's cat, it's our cat really. We got them when we were together, but she favours him, whereas my male cat favours me. And he would be lost, I think, if something happened to her. So yeah, she had a procedure. It's kind of, yeah, it is. I may be pressing a little bit too hard. Oh, I'm going to put the red and orange on there. She had a procedure last year for her teeth. I can't remember. I think she needed them scraping because they were full of plaque. Thankfully, she didn't have to have any extracted. But she's hilarious when she goes to the vet. She submits. She's a very submissive cat. So, whereas but she's taken to growling when she's at the vet recently. But she wouldn't ever swipe the vet or do anything like that. But she will growl now. Whereas my male cat, when I last went with him, he was really like friendly with the vet, which is just like, no, that doesn't normally happen. He normally hisses. If they try and do anything to him, he'll swipe at them, which he never does at home. But it just goes to show he like her, just dislikes the vet. We think the feeding strike is because of stress and anxiety. She's a very nervy cat. They were both rescues. She was mistreated, we think, by children who used to put her in bags, plastic bags, because whenever we get a bag out, she runs a mile. So I think it's stress and anxiety. So we've got some fell away, and that I think has helped a little bit. Right, so this is going to be a very bright and colourful page. I don't think there's any getting away from that. Given the way I've started. Don't think we're going to get away from having a bright and colourful page on this one. That's alright, we'll try and keep it cohesive though. It's always nice when we do that. I think we'll do all of these little ones the same kind of colour green. And I think we might go for, I don't know, these I think will be brown. I don't quite know about the panelling yet on the little like hut thing. Whether I should go for a grey or something. So this is the deep cobalt green. So yeah, at the moment I've used 1, 2, 5, 6 colours. Let's see, can you? There we go. I might do these little curtainy bits red as well. I think red might be dominant colour, if that makes sense. I keep pushing quite hard, and I keep forgetting with Polychromos that it's light pressure, which is better. Okay. And I'll use the emerald green again. And the thing with Magical Jungle is the amount of leaves there are. And Johanna Basford seems to like a lot of leaves. I like the way she draws them, don't get me wrong, but she likes a lot of leaves. And sometimes I'm at a loss as to how to colour them. I've got kind of different ways, like doing it like this, leaving the tip white. I do tend to do that with the smaller ones, but with the larger ones, depends, you know, where the lines are. You know, I might do the inside light, the outside light, the inside dark. And I'll do what I've done here and put a stripe down the middle. So otherwise it can get quite monotonous. There we go, that's that bit done. Got this song in my head that my daughter keeps playing. I might do these the other way round. I might just go back over that with that green again, the cobalt green. I think that might be all that we're going to do today. I'll just zoom out, and that is what it looks like so far. So that's part one. Not much done there, folks, and that's because we're using Polychromos and they take a lot of time to build up the colour. But I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll be back for part two soon. Bye!